Yo, one thing I realize, right, is men are not ruined by things, they're ruined by their perception of it. The more you kind of understand, right, that you got to be yourself in every fucking way possible. Never not be yourself. Trust. Never not be yourself. Yo, Austin, what's the word, man? How you doing? How you doing, bro? How you doing? How you doing? But what's the vibes? What's the vibes? What's your life like? Didn't really get to speak to you much because JT was going off about what he think I or she thinks I should and should not be. But how's life on your side? It's kind of sad when the other stream ended. I had to. I had to. I got some free time now. So I said, you know what, let me tap back in. And, I'm here now, honestly speaking. Just let me tap back in now, cool out. My lady had gave me a call too. So had took that call also. My lady comes first before the streaming, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But how's life on your side? What are you into? Yeah, they good. They good. She just took a trip, so to see some family. So she was just tapping in with me just to make sure things is okay on my side. Definitely a beautiful, beautiful lady inside out. So shout outs to my lady. Definitely appreciate her. What's good with you, man? What's life been like for you? How's things been? How are you getting through your challenges? You know my vibe already. I love talking to self-development. I love talking about ideas that, help you be good. And if you get a chance, check out the sweater online, bro. I'm going to actually drop a code for the chat in a few. I actually have it live, but I'll be probably dropping a code tomorrow, so you get a little discount on it. But if anything, it ain't much. The whole idea is creating that 1% of people, the group, the cult-like aspect where it's like, hey, we're focused on being ourselves. We're like doomyologists. You lucky as hell. I've been good. Started my first channel. Oh yeah, definitely appreciate that. And what's crazy? What's luck to somebody that's ordained to have it? And yo, did you? I love that for you, bro. I love that shit for you. Keep fucking going up. You started your first fucking. So question: what's your niche? What are you talking about? What are you into? And I'll definitely subscribe and see what's up, man. Yo, love, chat. Love, 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 love. Hope y'all having a great fucking night, a great fucking day. Hope you're inspired. You're inspiring yourself by being yourself. It's a political channel. Fuck yeah. Yeah. One thing I will say, bro, definitely do what you love. Definitely do what you love. You have to. You have to do what you love. So I'm happy for you, bro. And much peace and much prosperity to that channel. I know for sure you'll do well. You do have a genuine cadence to who you are. Yeah. Grayson Playhouse. What's up, man? What's up? Hope you're living life from a genuine space. Hope you came with some genuine energy. Any negative energy, ignore it. Out the door. But much love, much love. But yeah, that's dope, Austin. Happy for you, bro. I'm doing dishes, so if I isn't chatting much, my fault. Yeah, no problem, bro. It's all good. I don't mind. I'm just here cooling, just tapping in. I know sometimes my tapping in definitely helps others, whether it be my subscribers or new people. Listen, I'm just here as a genuine reminder to let you guys know, hey, listen, life ain't just getting a paycheck, trying to get money, trying to be successful, going through self-doubt. You could go through all that shit by being yourself. So enjoy washing your dishes, Austin. I'm here, bro. But are you happy? Yeah, I definitely am. And I think the best thing about being happy is knowing what to do when you're not. That's how you stay completely happy. You accept the idea that happiness comes from actually understanding how to respond to when you're not happy, because it's polarity. You're not always going to be happy. There has to be some idea of a balance. So I know how to balance myself really well And thankfully, me being myself is my balance, because it's not really about the chaos. It's more so about how you align yourself during the chaos in relevance to being yourself. What about you? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with where your life is at? And are you trying to be better? Are you attracting better? That was a good question, by the way. But yeah, happiness is internal. Happiness is internal. And I'm not just gonna sit here and give you a little shabby. Yeah. Yo, love, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You'll definitely see some good ass streams. I got some beautiful clothing that reminds you of yourself. That's my whole deal. Self development. And as I develop myself, this is what I created the channel for. Development of me. I'll be dropping music and all that too. And if me developing myself helps you, by golly, I'm happy it does. But I appreciate that. But yeah, bro, being happy is definitely about understanding alignment. When you understand alignment, you understand that you're constantly going through aspects of heaven and hell. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. So you got to kind of realize what vibration you want to be at and transmute, because you're going to go through aspects of purgatory. And this is where I'll include aspects of the Bible. Every moment and every choice you make has something to do with Judgment Day, because you have to choose between hell and heaven. I never said you had to leave hell to get heaven, but you have to use your hell to create your heaven. And that's the idea of purgatory. So we're always in that phase of mind where we're continuously growing, aligning, trying to be better. And it's not about perfection. It's really about understanding oneself from a space of you're everything that you need and want to be. It's not about being perfect. It's about knowing when and how to align yourself with the being or the highest version of self. And the highest version of yourself is like imperfect, and that's perfection. So, what's good, chat? Hope y'all having a happy night, happy day, wherever y'all at. I hope life is not kicking your ass from a space where you're allowing it to. Because honestly speaking, you're a lot stronger than you think. And you're a lot stronger when you don't think. You're a lot stronger when you don't think. Whenever you need, look, let me be honest with you. Stress, complaining, any aspect of survival, it puts your brain in reptilian mode, right? So when you're in this is why a lot of people have a lot of stress. When you're in reptilian mode, your cortisols are high, right? Breathing allows you to calm down. You should never approach anything you consider challenging from a space of panic or survival mode. And that's how you manage your anxiety. You do a lot of fucking breathing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of EFTs, emotional frequency technique. Open your acupoints, open your heart space. Because honestly speaking, I believe that you guys can make it through anything. And I'm not just saying that. I know for sure. I've been through so many things, and you're a spiritual being going through a physical experience. The more you kind of understand that you can fucking make it. Because listen, life is somewhat challenging. And the key to breaking the matrix is getting comfortable with who you actually are. The more comfortable you get with who you actually are, is the better you can kind of cope and actually handle issues. And what do you mean by like what? Tell me more about that. Tell me what you mean by like what. Because the more you understand, bro, the more you understand yourself. Let's just say, for example, challenges from the space of, let's go with financial challenges. The more you go through different aspects of financial challenges, it tends to get a little scary, but you have to remember yourself. And yeah, How do I feel? I feel great. Life is what you make it, but you gotta work hard to build it yourself. Yeah, I agree. I feel like being the creator in the creator is you understanding that the life that you attract internally, externally is created based on your internal. So the more you understand yourself from a space of, hey, listen, if I'm going to be in control of my life and not from a space where you're trying to control everything, not from that survival space, you're in a space where you're trying to understand, hey, I'm going to try to respond more than I react. You understand what I'm saying? So the more you kind of respond from that space is like, hey, good night. It's like the more you respond from that space and not a space of reaction, is the better you feel, the better you are. And I appreciate that, bro. I'm smart because I remain curious. I remain very curious. And Austin, you're very smart and intelligent when it comes to that understanding. That's why I know your YouTube channel is going to be very, very amazing. It already is. But you have to be willing to work hard from a space of, and you know what I'll say? The definition of working hard is taking time to breathe and knowing when you're at your capacity. It's not about putting pressure on oneself from a space where you're trying to keep up with things outside yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. And that means that you shouldn't even be comparing yourself to yesterday, the day before. You should just be trying to do better from a space of understanding, I am doing better. You want to attract those thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Attract those actions and inspired actions behind you being a better you, you know what I'm saying? And that's by staying curious. Live with an open heart. You know, a lot of people practice aspects of religion and they tend to be more judgmental than they, living with an open heart. This is kind of why I was saying last stream, I wasn't really too focused on the idea of religion. Religion was basically like an introduction to finding oneself. If you read that book called The Kabbalion, it'll tell you a lot about the ideas of all is mind, understanding oneself, and the truest religion is actually understanding yourself. It's you. So, yeah. Yo, love, brother. Appreciate that. And you're your man first, bro. You're everything that you need. I am not your savior, Kendrick voice. But I appreciate that, bro. I hope that you're becoming better at being yourself, understanding through times where you don't seem like you're happy. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about life? What's your perspective on life? What do you guys feel about facing challenges? And what do you guys do when the pressure seems to be kind of like it's at your capacity, where it's like, damn, it's a lot going on. And maybe Austin, this is probably for you too, even in relevance to you starting a YouTube channel. You've completed that step where you started that, and now you know what you're going to talk about. Is it kind of weird? Are you going to be entering the live stream area too, if you don't mind me asking? Because I feel like politics is like, would you be debating with people from a space of, hey, listen, this is my views, let me hear your views, or whatever the case may be? What does that look like for you, if you can, Austin? And yeah, shout outs to you, Gray. Seems like you have great questions and you're amazing at being yourself, bro. So that's always fun. That's always dope. How do you know this? Yeah, I mean, I know myself enough to know that I feel that I can tell by the questioning also. So my intuition isn't really staring me wrong when relevance to that. But, I speak for the moment. I don't speak for you as a whole. I could only imagine who you are. But you seem like you understand yourself. You know what I mean? It's the questioning. The questions make sense. The questions make sense. Yo, one thing about me, right? Like, I'll be watching a movie. Like, I was recently watching From. I can tell, I don't know if you guys watch From, but I can tell based on certain moments, certain actions, what characters are and what they may be. Not that I put my whole faith into it, but like when the priest had put Sarah down in the basement, I just knew he was going to do that. He seemed like the type. Yeah, basically, I want to get to know others' views, then find middle ground and get them more knowledge and shit like that. Yeah, Austin, that sounds dope. That sounds dope as shit. I think you having that thought means it's already done. I don't know if you're familiar about the law of assumption, but you already creating that thought is genuinely it's gonna make it come to pass even quicker, or it's already here, but it's slowly coming into fruition when it comes to the idea of the physical world, the physical setting. But that's dope as shit. I like the idea of you finding middle ground, bro. Sometimes people create things and their focus is not really middle ground. Their focus is like damn near arguing. So it's good to see you creating something from a space where, it ain't nothing about arguing. And what do you mean you watch what? You watch that show called From? Beautiful fucking show. Beautiful fucking show. I'm on that fourth season, just waiting for it to come back. Waiting for it to come back. But yeah. I tell you this, man. Sometimes when you live life, right, you realize that staying in the middle ground is actually where you learn the most knowledge. Honestly. Like I really don't know how to be too biased from a space where I project it. Like, nah, fuck out of here, your point ain't right. Nah, it doesn't really mean much to me to do that. Like, I don't have that habit. Like how some people have that habit where it's like, nah, you're wrong, and like, it's very energy draining. You would be better off trying to understand somebody's point more so if you're deciding to participate rather than kind of overuse energy or bandwidth to be right. Being right was never fun. It's so fucking subjective. But here's a question for you guys, actually. Has it been hard trying to obtain your version of success? Has it been hard trying to obtain your version of success? And is success for you like in fragments, or is success like a end goal, and until you get there, you're not there? What is that like for you guys? Because I know for me, I've learned that it comes in fragments. It definitely comes in fragments. Every little step you take, once you do the reflecting, you gotta reflect. Once you do the reflecting, you kind of get to a point where it's like, oh snap. Okay, as I reflect, as I sit with myself, I've realized that, how about this for an example? Some people be like, well, I would like to I want to make $1 million. Okay, no problem. Here's the idea. If you were documenting and actually, I got you, Gray. If you were documenting and actually looking at how your finances was as you were financing, what if you actually made $1 million, but you didn't know that you did? Isn't that a little weird? Because it's like you're trying to get to that million, but in actuality, you've made $1 million. And with you making $1 million, you just didn't know that you made it because you never documented or reflected on it. And I think the same angle is for the idea of success, where it's like you'll chase the idea of success, and because you're chasing it, you never really realize when you get there. So let's just say, for example, like I heard this story about the tortoise and the hare. It's like the hare is he's so focused on speeding up just to win the race. But in actuality, there's so much enjoyment in between the start and the finish. So like it's like the more you kind of delay that gratification from a space where you take your time going from point A to point B, it's like all of a sudden things kind of pan out a little bit more peaceful because you was able to be there for the journey rather than you skipping past steps or focusing or being hyper focused on success from a space where you're chasing something. And you know, things that you chase, you never really get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get that, Gray. Yeah. Things you chase, you never really get. So, yeah. But that's why I'm really big on the self-development. It's a listen, this why it kind of makes sense that you guys watch me or you guys follow me, because honestly speaking, I know it's not easy. It's constant reminders, because me creating content is me reminding myself of who I actually am. Like I'll probably come back and watch this. You know, sometimes my girl watches my streams, my lives, and we have conversations about it. Yeah, that's always the vibe. But definitely document yourself. Document yourself from a space where you're actually noticing, am I growing or am I not? You know what I'm saying? Am I growing? Am I not? You never want to get caught in that space where you're just kind of like, you feel as though you're lingering. That's why I kind of like that question, like, are you happy? Yeah, for sure. Life is amazing, and in every moment, like I don't have to fake being it. So it'd be like, the more you understand you don't have to fake being it, yeah. Do I like it? 50-50. I think the inspiration I had to get the job is still there from an aspect of it. It's just that I've done my job enough to kind of know how to run my own business. So now currently I'm working on running my own business while kind of learning at my job. So yeah, you could say that in a way, 50-50, it's okay. I'm not gonna give you that phrase where it's like, yeah, it pays the bills. It's not even about that at the moment. It's more so the conversations I have at work, the conversations I have with people, I have with myself, has definitely changed my life for the better in a very, very, very cathartic way. So besides it being just a job, it has been a learning journey, and it has been a space where I can complete my thoughts, complete certain tasks and missions that I may not have been able to be done probably at home. So yeah. Job's okay. Job's okay. What about you? Do you like your job? Is that something that you enjoy? Hey, look, you love a job where I work with you. I feel that. I feel that, bro. It would be dope as shit if we did have that. Because honestly speaking, bro, I am cool to work with. One thing I notice, right, is when it comes to the system of the job, in order for you to run your own system, you have to actually work for a system. That's the idea. So it's like the more you work for a system and kind of understand the system, you can create your own system, right? So you allow yourself to go through the labyrinth, the matrix, the ideas of, oh, you do? Okay. You allow yourself to go through these ideas and you kind of learn from it. It's kind of like Hercules and what he went through. You got to go through these little, I don't know what they call them, but these little missions. And each mission allows you to get better. A job is really how, what you make of it. And yo, Austin, I would definitely enjoy working with you, man. But I lie to you not. The goal should never be to work forever from a space where, listen, at this point where I'm at, I'm taking back my time because I fully understand, hey, listen, Work is dope, but now it's time to use the passion. Like, I know how to speak to people, I know how to talk about certain things, I understand myself. So content creation is definitely my thing. Uh, Content creation is definitely my thing. That's just my job. Different things happening. See, different stuff happening. People moving around. But yeah, bro. I think you should be at a point where you take your passion, you learn, and it's time to expand. It's time to explore. Once you explore from a space where you know where you're going, and not more so where you're going, but understanding your potential so you can get out of doing a 9 to 5. I don't know what you call it over there, but a 9 to 5, or focusing on, like, I make music, I make clothing. As you can see, I make clothing. And I also create my own cologne.
How you doing, sir?
Hey.